Greetings, beautiful. You are listening to Stepping into the Light with Julia Treat. That's me, your host, from juliatreat.com. Welcome, welcome if you are new to my podcast, and thank you to all of you who have been dedicated listeners over the years or months. So, I have to talk about those aches and pains that we are experiencing in our bodies. I myself have been going through quite the spiritual upleveling. That's what we're all going through. Some of us are just fighting it on a soul level, not the ego, the soul. Remember, those are separate. Our mind is going to tell us one thing and our soul is going to tell us another. So we have soul memories. We have these soul memories of past lives. And in these past lives, there are many wounds. And since I have been planning my retreat in Sedona, holy cow, my body has been going through a massive shift. Not a pleasant one, I'm here to tell you. I have been gradually, over the past few days, probably the past week, gradually been going through these, like, my body starts aching a little more. This hurts now this hurts here, and then holy cow, I hurt everywhere. And as I spoke with the caretakers of Angel Valley, which is what they consider themselves, and I love that title, as I was speaking with them and I have been over the past week and getting things kind of pinned down with not just pricing, but what I have envisioned and what they are able to do and what I need to get from outside of Angel Valley and, just getting all the details pinned down. My body has started to really hurt. So, those of you that have been listening to my podcast, you might be familiar with that I'm very open about past lives and even my own that I have seen. Now, I want to clarify something because I've done a lot of past life regression work in the past few days with clients. And I want to make clear that when you do past life regression, I'm just going to give you some details here. Number one, you will have no doubt that you were there, no doubt whatsoever. You will feel the emotional part of it. You will not feel any physical pain that occurred, if it did. But we're going back to heal the emotional part. That is what's causing the issues this time around, whether it's with our relationships or with our health or blocking the money flow or whatever the issues are. So we're going back to be a witness. Now, several people tell me, oh, I'm so scared, I don't want to go back. And I'm like, but you already went through this. This isn't like something new. And when you get there, believe me, you do remember. And yes, the tears often start flowing, including for me when I do it. So as I've been getting this retreat ready and speaking with the caretakers of Angel Valley, my body has shifted. And so today is a new moon. When I'm recording this, today is a new moon. And I didn't even realize, a new moon is all about manifesting the new, like putting out to the universe what you expect, what you want, what you desire, your hopes and dreams. And I thought, how funny these synchronicities that start, or that have always been happening actually, that I am sending my contract with my deposit priority mail on the new moon. So I sent it out today. So I sent it out. Now, let me just back up because when I got up this morning, I could hardly stand up. I was hunched over. My sciatic nerve on both sides hurt like hell. I just went to hot yoga last night. I went to hot yoga the night before. And I was in pain in both of them, which is odd anyway. But it gradually got worse. Like each day, I was like, dang it, I'm like a little more stiff today and it hurt. And this was rough. And then today when I couldn't stand up, which, get this, here's another synchronicity. I just happened to have a deep tissue massage scheduled with my miraculous, I'm going to call him my miracle energy worker, Tony Clark, who lives right across the river from me here in Northeast Pennsylvania. He's the massage therapist he travels with Riverdance. They actually request him So when I heard about him, I knew he was my guy. If an entire dance team that travels around the world requests that he travel with them, I knew it no coincidence that he just happened to live across the river from me. And of course, when I first met him, when he opened the door, I felt like I was staring at an Egyptian god. That's what he looks like. He glows. He's amazing. And the first time he worked on me, we got finished and I said, "Tony, I feel like you were in Egypt when I was, because I've had a past life in Egypt." I said, "I saw you. You were like the person that took care of the bodies after, upon passing." And that was a religious experience, not religious, spiritual, I guess. I don't throw that word around loosely anymore. It was just this beautiful experience. Like that was an honor to take care of the dead. And he said, I said, "I feel like you just took care of my body in ways that I've never ever experienced." And he said, "You're not the first person to tell me that." So I told him, "I just feel like you were with me in Egypt." And so today I had a deep tissue scheduled for 90 minutes. Just so happened I scheduled this. Here's the thing. Last week, somehow I was scheduled to get one, but somehow it got confused and we didn't have the correct times. We didn't each have the same time, so I couldn't get it. So we rescheduled for today. Again, let me just point out this is how the universe is doing things for us. But if I would have looked at last week like, "Oh my God, well, I wanted it today, and damn it, I needed it today." No, I said, "Okay, Tony, it's no big deal. Let's just do next week because I'm cool with that. Don't feel bad about that. And I'm good." And I was pretty good. And then, as this whole contract thing came up with the retreat, I started going downhill very quickly. Thank God for the universe working it out so my massage was today. So, sent the contract off, went to Tony. I was like, I hunched over when I went in. I said, "Tony, I know this has to do with the retreat that I just booked. I know this is a past life connection. It's triggered things in my body. I know it. I don't know what the past life is yet. I haven't seen it." Now, here's another thing. I had reached out to my mentor to get a past life regression, and she said, "Yeah, just go on my site and we'll book something," because I wanted to make sure she did them long distance, online like I do. But I never booked it. I just got busy and it just never happened. I didn't need to get one because I'm going to tell you, it all opened up when I was getting work done with Tony today. I feel so blessed that my team has shown up and continues to show up who takes care of me as I continue on my journey. Tony Robbins, I talk about him often. He is one of my mentors, and he travels all over the world as a motivational speaker and reaches millions of people. And he has a massive team that takes care of him, whether it's body work, his food, his homes, like people take care of him. And I told Tony today, excuse me, at the end of our time together, I said, "Thank you for showing up and being part of my team. I am honored that you're even part of it." So this is what happened. I lay down in the bed. I said, "Tony, I think like I can hardly stand up. And I know that this has something to do with past life." Now, if you look at Louise Hay's list, so Louise Hay put out a list years ago of emotions tied to illness, disease, feelings in the body. Now, I looked it up today, like the sciatic nerve thing, because I didn't know exactly what it was. I knew it had to do with fear, perhaps. And I read it and it said fear about money. And I'm like, I paused. I like tuned into me. Okay, I just put off this big check for a down payment or a deposit. And I just breathed and I'm like, is there some fear in there? And I was like, no, I really don't believe that's what's going on with me. So, and then the other one was hypocritical. I don't know. I would have thought it was hypercritical, but hypocritical. And I'm like, no, that doesn't fit me. And I really for me, that just didn't sound right. So I just, when I always ask God, what is this? What's this about? I truly, I asked him that today. I said, "God, why am I in so much pain?" And I literally heard in my head, "It will make sense very soon." Well, just a couple hours later, I'm laying on Tony's table and he's working on me and he is in awe of how messed up, jacked up. I kept saying my body's jacked up. Well, it was jacked up. my neck, my shoulders, my thoracic on my back, my lower back, my glutes, my stomach. So I was jacked up. I even took a leave today, and I never do that. I had to, and it didn't even touch any of the pain. So he's working on me, and he has me turn over, and he starts working on my glutes and my, you know, the sciatic area. And something happened. Like, he's an energy worker too. Just such a blessing to me and so many. But he is an energy worker. And whatever happened, like, he pushed on a muscle and it made my sciatic nerve flare up. And I started crying, but I wasn't crying from the pain. I didn't know what I was crying about. The tears just started coming. And that is truly what can happen. You can have an emotional release from a past life, and the tears will just flow, and you don't even know what you're crying about yet. So I just started crying, and Tony, the beautiful soul he is, he's just like me. He just continues to work, and he lets me cry. I have like this rule when I do groups, and it will be the rule at Angel Valley when we're all together, whoever decides to go or whoever goes with me. When someone starts crying, we're going to refrain from hugging them. Hugging someone when they're crying, I know we want to go take their pain away. We want to make them feel better. It stops the flow. It stops that release. It truly does. It energetically stops it. We want to get that shit out. And so Tony, I love him because he knows that just intuitively. He just continued to work on me. And my tears just got louder, and I started sobbing. And I'm laying there, and I'm asking God. I'm laying with my head down in the little donut thing that you put your face. I'm like, God, what is this about? What is this? Because I felt like I did need to see. I need to see what is causing this, or where this pain is, where this pain is coming from in my soul. So I started seeing me as a male or masculine looking angel. Like, I'm going to try to describe it to you because it seems so odd to the human ego mind that this is what I looked like, but we have to understand we did come as different beings at different times. And this is a lifetime I had not seen. I've seen probably 10 or 11 of mine. This is a new one. So I saw myself laying in a forest naked, and my skin was like grayish color, though. It wasn't like a human color like ours is now, like a pinkish, or you know what I mean. It was grayish, but I was like this, and I know I'm not tooting my horn. This is what I saw. I was this angelic being. They had ripped my wings off, and I was laying on the ground in fetal position, and there were men beating me with clubs over and over, all over my body. I apologize if you can hear my Macy barking out there. I think we just have company show up. But they were beating me over and over, and all over my body. And I was laying there crying, defenseless, and they just kept hitting me. And they were hitting me all over my body, and I started putting the connection from the beating that I took to my body hurting today. And I'm like, oh my God, this is why my body hurts. So then I started, of course, asking God deeper, like, what does this have to do with the retreat? Like, what with the retreat has triggered this? What has triggered my body to feel this way and to this beating? Because we will have these soul memories, and our body will take it on. I didn't get my answer right away. I think I just got it, actually, when I was just said that sentence. Because I know to be patient, sometimes I'm going to know the reason later. I don't have to know it at that moment. But I just got my epiphany at this very moment. I am getting ready to shift into something far greater than I ever imagined, I guess, or that I was hiding from this. Not hiding. Let me just back up. When I saw myself laying on the ground as that angelic being being beaten, it's like I decided at that moment I can't come back as this because I'm not accepted as this. So it's literally like I'm going to hang up my wings and I'm going to come as like in human form because that's going to be easier for some reason. I literally feel like I came down as an angel. I don't know. Again, I'm not tooting my own horn. This is just what I saw. And by the way, let me finish that. When they were done beating me and I laid there lifeless, Archangel Michael came and picked me up. He came and got me, and he carried me home. And I was crying when I told Tony that. I'm not now, but believe me, it's close, and I'm not holding it back. But it was such a beautiful thing because I know that he has carried me home so many times. I know that I am part of his army here. And that has all to do with why my body hurts so much as I get ready to go to this retreat. Because this retreat is not just, hey, let's come and relax and we're going to pray and meditate and you're going to feel really good when you leave. No. This retreat is like this is like getting you ready for battle. And I don't mean battle in a negative way. I mean, you will be leaving a totally different person, not the same person whatsoever. This is the life changing transformational retreat. So, with me just getting ready to do that, it that has I hope you can understand that's why it has triggered this whole story I've told you about all these body aches and pains because and I also don't think it's of course not a coincidence that several people that I've been doing readings for in the past week or two since I posted that I'm doing this retreat, people have been signing up for readings or past life regression, and I know that they are part of that army that is going to be there. So, this is what our body does. These aches and pains, these illnesses, these diseases, all the stuff that shows up, it's past life crap. It truly is. It truly is. I did a past life regression with a young lady yesterday, and I'm sure she signed up thinking she might see one, and she blasted through 5 in 90 minutes. She saw 5 of her past lives. It was tremendously emotional, but she hung in there. I was her guide. She made it. We put the patterns together. She understood her entire life this time because of the lives that she saw. She understood particular relationships. She understood why she's sick this time, why she's not allowing herself to be powerful or step into her power. Because if you're sick, if you have illness, disease, any chronic anything, you're not stepping in your power. Past lives are key to moving into your destiny. That I promised you. I sit here probably, let's see, how long has it been since I left Tony's? An hour and a half since I left Tony's after my amazing and miraculous massage that opened me up and showed me what I needed to see. I did a 30-minute soak in an Epsom salt bath just to balance me out. I have zero pain. I could hardly stand up this morning. And yes, it is because Tony worked on me, but it is because I saw what I needed to see. When we see that, and this is what happens with past lives. The important part of seeing past lives is that you go to that end when you pass, when that last breath happens, and you call on your angels, which I did laying on that table sobbing as I'm watching Archangel Michael carry me off into that beautiful light to go home. And I heard him say, job well done. We love, like, you're going home. I was just like, I was bawling. So as I'm watching that, I know the importance of, I need to send forgiveness to those that were beating me. They did not, and that, what Jesus says, they know, forgive them for they know not what they do. That is so tied to past life stuff and how people are treating you now. I'm telling you, it's like, when I say that to people now, I say, he's saying it to you now, like, forgive them for they know not what they do, because this is past life stuff. They haven't healed their wounds. You haven't healed yours. So I sent forgiveness to all of those men that were beating me, that did not understand me or that were threatened by me, whatever. And I even saw faces of people I know. I just said, I give you love and forgiveness. Please forgive yourself. I have already forgiven you. That is the key to the past life stuff. We have to heal the wounds there, which include sending forgiveness to those who we feel hurt us, whether emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever. If you're thinking about the idea, if you've been on the fence about past life regression, don't hesitate anymore. It's time to step into your power. And all that fear is doing is keeping you from stepping fully into who you are here to be. It can be so much easier. If you ever want a past life regression, I do them online, long distance. Like I said, there are no barriers, boundaries, walls, veils, whatever, keeping you from going into those past lives with me. And just, you may have someone in your area close to you. That's fine. Whoever, find someone. Someone approached me once. I just have to add this real quick. That she said, "Well, I don't know. I had someone tell me all these past lives that I was in, and I didn't feel any healing." And I said, "Did they tell you, or did you go there?" And they're like, "No, they told me." I go, "Well, that doesn't heal a fucking thing. People are gonna tell me all day this and that, and you did this and that, and this happened, and that person did this, and you're carrying these wounds." And I'm like, that heals nothing. I promise you that heals nothing. You have to go back and experience. You've already been through it. You just have to go back and like when I say you have to go back to see what happened, you might see it in your mind's eye. You just might know it. You might feel it. Doesn't matter. However it is, you will have no doubt that you were there. You'll heal your wounds and those around you, which transcends to this lifetime. So when we heal those wounds, it heals them here. I knew when my back and my body started going downhill, which it never felt like it has the past 3 days, because I'm signing a contract. All you have to do is say, what am I doing different? Or who's the new person in my life? Or what have I moved to? Or what? You just look at what has shifted since this started. That's all. And I said, it's this contract. It's getting ready to give the retreat. Because I'm giving the retreat. This is a big fucking deal for the people that will be there and for me. This is not your typical retreat. This is for those who are ready to step into being the light worker that they are here to be. And that means we're uncovering all of it. We're letting it go. We're healing it. You will not be the same when you leave Sedona. All right. I'm sending love to all of you. And may you get your answers. Get your answers, whatever it is that you need to know to heal yourself so that you can move forward into a life of ease and joy and bliss and abundance every single day. If you need to reach out to me, you can get me at my website, juliatreat.com. The email is julia@juliatreat.com. You can always schedule a past life regression through my website if you wish to pursue that. God bless you.